So thank you for joining us today. If you're thinking about selling your investment property, this is a session that you will not want to miss. My name is Brian Armstrong, and I'm with a good friend of mine and business partner, Cole Elwood.
So Brian, what's the first thing that somebody's going to do when they're thinking about selling a piece of investment property?
Well, the first thing I think they should do is call Strongwell Real Estate and Strongwell Property Management to get a property evaluation, including and in particular their rent roll as compared to the market. We take a look at everything from condition to area sales that compare to the property, but probably the most important thing, Cole, besides location, and I would say even more important oftentimes than location, is what are the numbers?
How much money does the building make? Yeah, and how much does it cost to run? And so worst case scenario, even if it's not the right time for them to sell, they may still find out that they could be making more in rents.
Absolutely. And when we, consult with our clients, we're not only looking for what's the most amount of money they can possibly make, but what are their goals and does this align with their long-term goals? Some clients are better off holding, others are going to be more of, flip the property every few years and benefit from 1031 tax-deferred exchanges.
So with the market on fire like it is now, why wouldn't a seller just throw a sign out in the front yard and sell it themselves?
People believe that a job of a real estate agent is to get the buyer, when in reality, I think that's about 20% of our job. Once we have the buyer, it's getting the transaction to the table. And in this day and age with complex ACCD regs showing COVID, pandemic, lenders looking at, purchasers more closely, I'm hard pressed to think of a time that there was more value from an agent than there is right now. One of the other things that people underestimate about the value of hiring one of the Strongwell Real Estate team members is time. And what I mean by that is the amount of communication we have with tenants for notice, dealing with their questions about what's going to happen to their lease, what are their obligations to the new owners, as well as, we've had sellers in the past that have hired us because while they intend to sell it themselves, they realize that as they're working at their job at XYZ Corporation, buyers want to see properties during the day, at night, on the weekend, and that can seriously impact their other business obligations, as well as, very importantly, time with family.
And to build off of what you're saying, once you have that buyer, now you need to deal with the fire marshal, the city, the attorneys, the lenders, and we are going to be your hub, and we are going to help take all of that off of your plate. Thanks for watching. Hit like and subscribe, and make sure you go back and check out our previous videos in this series on investment properties. Hit the link in the description below to join us for our live webinar with the Vermont Landlords Association on April 8th, where we'll be talking about fair housing.